All right, this is actually a pretty dense comment because it actually addresses something that everyone keeps saying. But first things first, fair enough. It seems like there's been written to words before, though. Just put into your own words, which is an interesting perspective, but things such as self and existence, I don't even know how to say the word, but basically he's trying to say that are you saying the same thing that everyone else is? And pretty much, of course I am, because everyone is always trying to say the same thing because they're all existence. They're all reflections of existence trying to say existence, but no one has ever caught the signal clear. Because what the I can't even say the word right now, but what men like Nietzsche were trying to say was effectively you are not separate from reality, and that there's this archetype and that archetype, but what he's talking about is the frequency. So when I say these things, I'm not saying this from a perspective. I'm saying this from what is as itself. I'm saying this from the field. I'm not saying this as a thought. I'm not saying this from my unique perspective because that's not a real thing. Existence does not have a unique perspective. It is. Reality does not have a unique perspective. It is. When this coin drops, it does not have a unique perspective. It just drops. This is the same thing as what I'm trying to say. So when you say that, is everyone trying to say the same thing? Yes, because everyone is all of existence, and existence is always trying to say the same thing, which is itself. And again, this core issue and confusion comes from the fact that men love to separate and categorize everything. They like to separate physics and philosophy and science and art and religion and music and who knows what, but they don't understand. They're all trying to say the same thing, which is you are not separate from reality. Reality is bent. Reality is weighted. There are dense fields and light fields. Reality is not separate from itself. People are not people. People are consciousness. And everything else is just a myth and child's play. So effectively, yes, of course I'm saying the same thing everyone else is saying because we're all trying to say the same thing. But no one has ever moved with it because they've never caught the signal clear, which is you are not separate from reality. Reality is infinite possibilities until collapsed by the densest field, meaning there are infinite possibilities. But reality is made of probability fields, meaning some are denser, some are lighter. Some humans are quote unquote humans, but really are fields, are denser, lighter, some important, some are irrelevant. So, I mean, hopefully that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, then I don't really know what else to say. But basically, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It is, meaning everything you ever see in existence, every single word, every single paper or book or every thought or experiment are all trying to say the same thing. The source being what is. Existence is the silence. God, effectively. So no, what I'm trying to say is not different from what the other people were trying to say because we're all trying to say the same thing. What is. But the only difference is, do you move with what is or do you just repeat it infinitely? Because only one does something real. So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah.